I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. This is a lot of fun. It's quite a challenge. It makes you think twice before you pull the trigger. It really makes you think about, do I have everything right? I got a lot of people watching me from the other side of that camera, and it puts some extra pressure on it, and so it simulates some little more real life shots. All right, let's take a range. Let's see what we got. We got the elk today. He is at 800 yards, 15.87 MOA. We have some wind. Not as much as we did the other day, but we still have some wind. You could hear the video from yesterday. There was a lot of wind. It was actually hard to understand me. But we have some wind off the right here. All right, this is the elk at 800 yards. Give you a little perspective. All right, I'm gonna hold towards the front of his vitals. And either it's hitting pretty much on the shoulders in the vitals, or let it drift back towards center lung. All right, that felt just like it's supposed to. That broke right where I wanted and right where I told you guys I was gonna hold. Let's take a little ride and let's see if we killed another elk. All right, we're down at the target and we put a hole in the elk. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really like where the hole is. And I can't tell you why. It is right here. I wanted it here. So we went a little bit high and a little bit back. Now, will this kill him? I'll let you decide. We're from the picture of the vitals on here, we're about an inch above that. This 175 ELDX bullet does pretty good at putting a lot of shock into there. So there probably would have been some fragmentation into the lungs. There could have been some shock into the spine. It could have dropped him. It's just kind of hard to tell him. That's one of those cross your finger shots. Here's what I will tell you that this does to me. I'm gonna have to check my rifle. I'm gonna have to shoot it a few times and make sure that I didn't lose my zero somehow. I'm shooting Night Force scopes and they're known to hold their zero really well. That's all I can tell you on this, but I'm gonna shoot it. Here's something that I will tell you that I do pretty consistently when I'm out in the field. When I'm hunting. If I go hunting for a week, I'll find a spot somewhere that I can shoot my rifle at least once a week. I'll find a rock or something across the canyon somewhere where I'm not hunting that I can put my phone scope on it and video it, and I can shoot one shot at say 700-800 yards and just make sure that we haven't bumped it off or something's happened and we lost a zero. That way when I'm taking these shots across the canyon, you know, it's not been 2 weeks since the last time I shot this rifle. The rifle I'm shooting here, I have not shot much the last while at all. It's just pretty much sitting in the safe. I'm not actually one to shoot my own guns a lot. I shoot customers' guns a lot, but I don't shoot my own guns a lot. So we are a little high. We did drift a little bit more than I held. I held up here. I would say I held somewhere in here. So from where I held, I am probably 4 inches high, which at 800 yards is a half a minute. It's not crazy, but it still baffles me why it is 4 inches high. But it is. So we're gonna go to the drawing board with this rifle. I'm gonna shoot it a few times and just double check some stuff on it. I got a bonus for you guys. And something that I think some of you guys will enjoy. All right, I got my son with me. This is Branson. I told you guys I had my son shoot a doe in this spot where we're shooting here in this field at 485 yards. He was 12 at the time. This is him. He's 13 now, just turned 13. And he thinks, he has a 7 PRC that I've done for him. He thinks that he can kill this elk as well at 800 yards.
Yep.
You think you can do it?
Yes.
You want to give it a shot?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
There's going to be like thousands of people watching you. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do it. All right, quick update. So after I felt like I lost a 0 on this rifle, I had to dig into it a little bit. And the first thing I did was look at my load data. I put a chronograph on this rifle. I shot a few rounds over the chrono and instantly realized, or instantly seen, that I am shooting about 30 feet per second faster than where this load was originally developed at, which just told me this barrel's speeding up, and I have left the accuracy node that this rifle likes. And so it's requiring me to load up with about a half, 3/4 grain less of powder to get back to the forgiveness that we had before. So there was nothing with the scope. There's nothing with, you know, just kind of, I don't know what happened. I am analytical and I kind of need to know what happened or why. I just don't like when I don't know why I lost my 0. So it causes trust issues for me. I don't like it. Anyway, I thought I'd keep you in the loops and keep you updated and let you know what I feel like. But I am currently tweaking with this load and making sure that we are back in that accuracy node so we can keep center punching these animals. For my customers out there, I just want to throw a note out there. I have never had somebody that got a rifle from me that had me do the whole package and have call me later and say, hey, my rifle lost its accuracy. I have been doing this for 4 years with my license, with my federal firearms license, but I have done some loads before that for guys. I have yet to have anybody that got a rifle from me. I had one customer bring me a rifle that was kind of a problem, and I did a load, and the rifle still kind of continued to be a problem, and he brought it back and we fixed it. But I will say this, if you do have a rifle from me, and if you ever experience this, where you feel like 300, 400, 500, whatever, rounds down your tube, you feel like things are speeding up and the rifle's not shooting accurately like it did at one time, if we need to tweak it, just bring it back in the shop, or if you live, you know, far away, send it to me, and I'll tweak it for you. It's typically not that hard to do. Typically just shoot some loads over a chrono and tweak it from there, and if we have to mess with some seating depth to find that forgiveness again, we will. But typically it's just a little tweak, a little surgery, and we're back in the node and back in the forgiveness and the accuracy. All right, back to the video. All right, we got my little sniper laid up here. At least he thinks he's a little sniper. He's made some good shots. He's practiced some, you know, longer shots. He's shot at 1,000 yards. Got a nice rifle here. This is a Seekins Havoc rifle, shooting this 7 PRC, 175 grain ELDX bullet. And he's been shooting it really good. Killed a doe out here at almost 500 yards. One shot, didn't take a step. And then he shot a buck in these woods at maybe 100 yards, just off some sticks. And so he's pulled off a few shots, and he thinks he can pull this shot off.
Oh, yeah.
But this is further, you've never shot at something like an animal looking target at this kind of range.
No.
He thinks he can put a better shot in there than I did. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, we know the range. It's the same distance, it's 800 yards. His come up is 17.2 MOA. I'm gonna have him hold a 3/4 minute to the right. Half to 3/4 minute. There's just a little breeze pushing left. You ready?
Yep.
Can you make a perfect shot?
You said 17.6, right?
2.
2?
Yep. Can you make a perfect shot?
Yep.
All right. What do you think?
Really good.
Did you smoke him?
Yeah, I think so.
You smoked him, you think?
Yep.
All right. A little target. Let's see if we killed a elk. Let's see if a 13-year-old can kill an elk at 800 yards.
Oh yeah. Heart shot.
Heart shot. You hit the front of the heart.
Oh yeah. I was aiming.
Where were you aiming?
About right there.
So you hit maybe 2 inches below where you aimed at 800 yards. Good shot.
Thank you.
All right, so he killed this elk. I wouldn't want him to hit any lower, but I will say this is a little lesson in clear communication. Especially when a father is mentoring a son, and you know, really this can go for anybody, is clear communication. I told him with the wind up here, I told him aim front of the heart, 1/2 to 3/4 minute further forward than center of the lung, in case you get some drift, because I'm pretty certain with the way the wind was, you're not going to hit further left than you're going to hold. So aim right side of the heart. And I was saying that as left and right, and he took me just aim right side of the heart. So guess what he did?
Yep.
He held right side of the heart. Look where he hit. Pretty much right side of the heart at 800 yards. I'd say that's a win for a 13-year-old.
Yep.
He put a better shot in this elk today than I did. So while I was up here, I shot my rifle at a different target. I got a gong hanging over here. And I figured out that I am shooting 1 minute left and right at a 1/2 minute high. So look where I hit. 1 minute left at this distance means 1 minute at this distance is worth 8 inches. That would be 8 inches over, put me right in the middle. And I was a 1/2 minute high, which at this distance is worth 4 inches. We'll move this down 4 inches. And we just center punched him. So, I'm not trying to push the blame on the gun, but I broke just as solid a shot on that shot as I did on any previous video. I felt like I did my job. And for whatever reason, and I can't tell you, my gun's shooting 1 minute left, 1/2 minute high, but we're gonna get that zeroed out. And so we don't make that shot again. Now, the lesson for all of us in that is, like I said earlier, is, you know, just because your gun shot on one day, don't always just trust that it's just forevermore on. Take shots. If you're going to shoot at game, and especially if you're going to play the long range game, you need to shoot more than you would if you're only shooting 100 or 200 yards. You need to take more precautions. You need to check your rifle more often. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the animal. All right, that is challenge number 3. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I truly appreciate it. And we have challenge number 4 coming up, and you're not going to want to miss it.